welcome you guys to Up Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine as we are bringing awareness to these amazing authors that are a part of the 100 Authors to Watch on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I am excited to be able to share these amazing authors. If you've not been following, I want to encourage you guys to go over and follow and support these amazing kings and queens that are allowing their voices to be heard as they have penned different literary works. So I'm excited. And if you're not following us on social media, please follow us. The Crew Podcast, you will be able to hear all of the interviews, all of the clips, and different things that we're going to be doing to promote these amazing authors. As we are waiting for this platform to clear all of the channels that we are streaming live through, I'm going to prepare to bring up my host. They're still trying to sync us to YouTube, apparently in Twitch. We are currently live on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up my guest for tonight and see if we can get him on. At least we are on Facebook. And y'all, when we're using a new platform, it can be kind of challenging sometimes. But y'all know we press over here. We never stop. We continue to press. So hopefully you guys can see my guest. If you can see my guest, comment in the comment section and let me know that you can see my guest. I can see him, but can you see him? Let me see if anybody gonna comment because unfortunately I am not. I don't have my phone. I'm trying to see which platforms we are not currently on. I think we are live on Facebook. I do see us live on Facebook, but I do not see my guests on the screen with me. Um, so I just sent support and message. We're gonna see what they say. I guess it's good that we are working out these kinks before we launch season 3 of the Crew Podcast. So we're getting to work through these kinks now. So hopefully it's gonna let me. I don't know why it's doing that. Support say I need to refresh my browser, but if I refresh my browser, then that means I'm gonna have to go out. Well, let's see, y'all. I can only follow instructions. And he said refresh my browser. So let me go out, refresh my browser, and come back. And we gonna see. I tell y'all, it's always something. But guess what? We are live. We are live. We are live. And my guest is now in the studio with me. But guess what? Y'all, we never stop. We never stop. So guess, Mr. Elijah Lewis, please say something so I can make sure that you are audible.
All right, all right. Well, it's good to be here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Queen Angela. How's everyone doing this evening?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I tell you, you must have some knowledge to drop today because the enemy definitely tried to keep you from being on here. So, how are you?
I am doing pretty good. I'm happy to be here. Hopefully you and everyone is having a happy new year and 2025 is off to a good start.
It is. I can't complain. You know what? If I wanted to complain, I tell you, I probably couldn't because if I just look back over my life, God has just been too good to
Uh,
even
there
want
you
to
go.
complain. You
There
know what
you
I'm
go.
saying? So, because somebody somewhere is doing way worse than I am. So, I'm grateful. I try to find the least little things to be grateful by. And the young lady that was on yesterday, Millie Gross, she's one of the reasons why I find the littlest things to be grateful for. That young lady is living with 8 tumors right now, but yet she can still come on and talk about her book. Yet she can still come on and give God glory. She can still come on and tell somebody to press. So if she can
Absolutely.
do it, then you know what? I can't complain.
There you go. Same here.
So enough about me. I just want everybody to hear about this amazing king. He's an author. He's a motivational speaker. He is doing so much in the literary world, and I just want to know what you have in store for 2025, how we can support you, and what we got to look forward to.
All right. Well, again, just thank you for letting me come on the show. I definitely appreciate that. And yeah, I'm really excited for 2025. Some events that I have coming up starting next Saturday. I'm actually, by the way, for those of you all, I'm coming by the way of Waldorf, Maryland. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. So I'm in the DMV. So I think we had someone here yesterday from Maryland too. I think from Laurel. So, we're doing good. We're still recovering from the snow, but we're doing okay. But I was going to say to that point, next Saturday I'm going to be in Clinton, Maryland. I'm going to be doing a pop up shop selling my book, which is Your Jewels in Your Journey, Life Lessons to Lead to Your Optimal Self. So I'm going to be selling that next Saturday. Also working on, and it's funny, Queen Angela, you brought this up because I think this is a good segue. I'm going to be doing a webinar with Thriving Community Collaboratives on January 24th from 12 to 1. We're going to be discussing uh, what do you do with the life you were born into? And really, what I like about that is we're really trying to encourage people that they can make the most out of whatever opportunity they've been given. And, what you said earlier about the different people going through different challenges and situations like that, we really want to just remind people that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And, even though we do have these challenges, and it is tied into my book as well, you still can overcome those challenges as long as you have the right people in your corner, as long as you take note of the right lessons or jewels on your journey. Most importantly, remember that you yourself are a jewel. Because I tell people that it's hard to know where you're going if you don't know who you are. So that's one thing we got going on. And I'm also doing, at the moment, I have two events that I'm doing. One is going to be in February in Randallstown, Maryland. It's going to be the Black Culture and Roots Expo. So I'll be selling some more copies of my book as well as I have the African American Literary Festival that's going to be in Richmond, April 18th and 19th as well. So, I have a couple of things I'm working on as far as your jewels and your journey is concerned. But the biggest thing, and I'll let you take it away, Queen Angela, is that I am working on my second book. So I'm hoping that will come out in either late 2025 or maybe early 2026. Right now, I can say I'm on chapter two. It's probably going to be a 14 chapter book. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And I look forward to hopefully releasing that as soon as possible.
And are you a self-published author, or did you publish the traditional way route?
I published the traditional way.
What was what motivated you to do traditional over self-publishing?
Well, honestly, this is my very first book, so I never knew much about publishing,
Mm.
and I'm thankful because I got with a black-owned publishing company, Lightning Fast Book Publishing, and my publisher, who I met in an expo. really gave me the blueprints of how to write my book and things like that. And not to go off into a tangent, but honestly, I didn't really think about ever writing a book. I just didn't think that's something that I could do. And I went to this expo when he asked me, did I ever think about writing a book? And honestly, my answer was no. But when I had some time to think about it and converse with him, I thought, okay, there are some experiences here that I want to discuss and share with people and how to inspire them to find the jewels on their journey. And I know what it's like to be lost in my journey myself through my various challenges and struggles. So even though I never thought about writing a book, I'm glad I did. But I definitely could acknowledge the fact that I would need someone in my corner to how to publish a book correctly as opposed to self publishing.
Awesome, awesome. So on this journey of publishing, what can you look at and say you have been surprised by you being able to accomplish or do?
I think the first thing, and I love that question. I think the first thing really is that the fact that I was just able to have a book published. One of the things I write in my book is one of the chapters is called "Don't Let Other People Put You in a Box." But also, I write about the fact that you can't put yourself in a box, and I think that's what I was doing because I just thought it was just so difficult to write a book. And I'm not saying people don't have their challenges; people have writer's blocks and things like that, but I just didn't think that that was something that I really could do because I've never done it. But I think what I'm most proud of is the fact that I was able to do that. And then also, I'm just happy that people are taking a lot of inspiration and meaning from my book. Especially, I would say this though, especially because a lot of people reference to the fact that I'm a younger author. I'm 28, and a lot of people ask me, "Well, sometimes aren't you kind of young to be writing about life's journey and things like that?" And I tell people is just that, we all have things we can contribute regardless of how old we are or how young we are. But what really makes a lot of impact for me is that when I really see my elders appreciate the book too, because they don't have to acknowledge the book. They can just say, you know what, I've lived a portion of life. I don't need anything else. But when they take time and say, you know what, Elijah, I read your book. It was awesome. I want to give this to my grandson or my granddaughter or my children or whoever it is. That means a lot to me because it shows that even though I have people who are older who are acknowledging my book, I'm thankful that it's resonating with them to the point that they want to make sure that our youth can start on the best foot forward and not avoid, I'm sorry, and avoid the same mistakes that we made ahead of them. So I would say those are probably my top two things that I'm most proud of, the fact that I was able to write the book, but also that people are taking note of the book and that it resonates with people and they're willing to make a change in their life after they read it.
Wow. Now that's amazing, and that's I think one of the most important things that us as authors want people to take away. We want them to be able to resonate with what we're sharing. So on this journey, what are some resources or communities that you have been a part of that have been beneficial to your journey, that have maybe assist you or help support you as an author?
I think as an author, I mean, definitely, my publisher was a great resource. Like I said, I never wrote a book. So him giving me the outline of how to write a book and, how to plan and make it easier. I tell people I really didn't have much writer's block writing Your Jewels in Your Journey. I think some of the moments that I was looking back on in my life that might have been very difficult. For example, some of my challenges in school or things like that might have been difficult because, you have to go back in that state of trials and tribulation and relive that. But outside of that, there really wasn't much writer's block. So he was a big help with that. I would certainly say, definitely connecting with other authors has been, like, for example, what you're doing, Queen Angela, has really been beneficial as well because it's always good to be a part of a community and find like-minded people and how you can learn from other people in that regard. Um, I would even say another thing too that has helped, on my journey as an author is, really going to a lot of events involving networking. even if it's not with other authors, just like other entrepreneurs and things like that. Because what I tell people is that on our journey, we typically learn three things. That one, life lessons are jewels. The fact that we ourselves are jewels and we're supposed to live and strive to be the best jewel we can be, but also the people that we connect with on our journey that help us be our optimal selves, whether it is in life or business or whatever, that helps as well. So when I go to a lot of networking events just to talk about me and my book and learning from other people and their businesses, that helps a lot too, because like I said, it's that camaraderie of entrepreneurship that I really like as well. So I would say those are some of the areas that have helped me tremendously on my journey as an author.
Wow. So, what inspired you to join this movement, the 100 Authors movement?
Well, I would say definitely. I think what inspired me was, like I said, one, the fact that to be a part of something monumental with 100 authors to watch, I think is really great. But I really thought and I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to be arrogant or like that when I'm saying this, but I just felt like I deserved it. Kind of, I felt like what, I think this is something that's good for me to help network and also like I said earlier, learn from other people and also, find ways that, we can help each other. And that's what I'm all about. I'm always trying to do my best to help other people. And, if there's anything or any advice that people can give me to be better, then I want to take that as well. And that was really, really what inspired me to join the group was the fact that I like the fact that we could network with other authors. You could be a part of a community and really show that there are a lot of people, especially within our community, that are doing a positive impact with writing and reading too. So, I think that's something that really stood out to me in wanting to join the movement.
So, two more questions. Well, maybe three more questions. The first one I want to ask is, what unique perspective or voice do you want to bring to the movement? What would you like for people to remember you by being a part of this movement?
I would say if there's one thing I want people to remember me by, I would say that I was resilient, and I think that's the inspiration of why I wrote Your Jewels and Your Journey. The fact that in my book, I talk about, like I said, my challenges in school. I've talked about, I lost a friendship that I've since regained. I talk about that. I even talk about, in my book, some of my religious upbringing and how, tough that was kind of for me as well. But I say that to say that I want people to know that I stood strong through those challenges. I learned from them. They made me better. And in the end, I wanted to show people that they can overcome their struggles and that they are meant to be here for a purpose, to fulfill that purpose, and hopefully inspire the people that come behind them as well. So I think that would be what I would most want to be remembered by is just being resilient and also being willing to inspire the generation of people that come behind me.
So for that person, that author that is contemplating whether they want to be a part of something like this, what would be something that you would tell them that would probably make them make that decision to join?
I would say don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Even if you just started, writing and maybe you like you said just got your first book and you're just starting. I would say still join the movement because we're all here to help you. We're all here to give you great advice, and we all want to see each other win. So my thinking is that if you don't put yourself out there, people won't know about you, and they won't know about the greatness that you have to give. So if there's an author who's maybe contemplating about whether they should join, I would say still do that because, like I said, you're meeting fellow authors. Especially these are authors that also look like you too. That's another thing too. If you're, you know, nothing against our non-black authors, but if you're a black author just trying to start, what better way to get advice of how to have a great career as an author than joining people that look like you, and maybe have similar stories than you as well, so you just don't know. So that would be my advice is that if you really want to, see how far you can go with your book, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because you just don't know when that next jewel who's a person might be able to help you get to the next step. So that would be my advice to somebody who's contemplating about whether or not they should join the movement, because I think it's really beneficial.
And how can we follow and support you and perhaps get a copy of that amazing book?
Okay, well, if you would like to get a copy again of my book, Your Jewels Are in Your Journey, you can go to my website. It is www.elijahlewis.org. You can get your copy there, and I'll sign it and have it shipped to you. If you'd like to follow me, I am on Instagram at Melanin King Eli. That's MelaninKingEli. You can also follow my business Facebook page, which is Your Jewels Are in Your Journey. And of course, if you're on LinkedIn, you connect with me at Elijah Lewis there as well. And of course, above all of anything else, you definitely have to fire. You definitely have to follow the top 100 authors movement on Facebook too, because definitely that's where we're all are located. So definitely follow us there as well.
Yes, yes, yes. So I always ask my guests to share something positive, something encouraging, something that individuals that may tune in be able to take away. So, what is that nugget that you would like to leave with them on today?
If I had a positive nugget to say, I would say definitely, since it's a new year, I know everyone's trying to get off to a fresh start and, make different changes. Think about where you were maybe this time last year, and think about how you progressed till now. And don't get caught up if you're still not where you are yet, but just think about the progression you have made from one year to the next, and then celebrate those small victories, and then think about where you still would like to go maybe by this time next year, and then work on the certain things that you need to do and make those changes. And if you work hard enough, you can definitely achieve it. And as far as being an author, I would say, I tell this to people all the time. One of the things my publisher said was, he said, "Don't consider yourself." He said, "I'm sorry." He said, "Don't consider your reader. Consider yourself." And that doesn't mean we don't consider our readers as authors. But if you are trying to be an author, maybe in 2025, write something that is genuine to you, that you believe in, that you're passionate about. And don't feel bad if not everyone's going to support you right away, because what I've learned in entrepreneurship and as being an author is that you're not going to get everybody, but you will get the right people. And as long as you have your story and people can tell that you are genuine about your story, then the right people will show up and support you, and definitely a lot of great things will happen for you.
And that's most importantly that you are genuine and authentic and that you share your story, because can't nobody tell your story like you. So I definitely want to thank you for coming on, sharing today, for being a part of the 100 authors movement and allowing your brand to be seen and heard around the world. I look forward to all that you're going to be doing in 2025. Hopefully we will be able to meet in person, because hopefully we will be doing some live events as well as some virtual events. I truly believe in being intentional about those things that we have been called to do. And I believe in collaborating. I believe in networking. I believe in partnering. And I believe in coming off of these social media sites. So I definitely look forward to meeting you in the natural. So, again, thank you for gracing the platform on tonight and sharing with us. I hope that you have a great rest of your evening. Try to stay warm. If you don't have to go out there, don't go out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you again, Queen Angela, for all that you're doing with this movement and just giving us a platform to tell our stories and share our brand. So, definitely I wish you and, your entire crew the best this year. And definitely, hopefully, we can meet this year. And looking forward to seeing the great things that you all are going to continue to do.
Well, thank you. And this is for you. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Again, I want to thank you guys and watching us and supporting the 100 Authors Movement. If you are not following us, please go over to Facebook and follow us on Aspiring Authors Magazine, 100 Authors to Watch. And if you are if you're coming in on the end and you're missing the lives and you're catching the replays, if you're not following us on YouTube, if you're not following us on U42, go over and you'll be able to see what they're doing. They have video clips up, there's blogs, there's going to be so much more. You want to stay connected to what they're doing. So go over and follow these amazing authors. I'm telling you, if you haven't heard that little slogan that said, you going to get sick of me, y'all going to get sick of me because they're going to be all over the place. I'm excited. I'm excited, and I can't wait to share them all. So y'all continue to share this out. Continue to share this out. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all have an amazing night. I'll see y'all on tomorrow. This was my last interview for tonight. See y'all tomorrow. Be blessed.